everyone, so welcome back to a new video. Today's video is a really interesting type of video because we are going to be looking at some Real Techniques brushes, and these are new brushes. I ordered them from Malta a week ago and I've been wanting to do this video for you guys for so long now. Haven't had a time, but today we're going to look at them. Okay, so like I have mentioned, I bought these brushes off from Malta and I've already opened the box, but like I said, I just haven't opened them. So here are the brushes. Do you guys see how pretty they are? They're really like sparkly and glittery on the handle, and then it's like maybe like a goldish silver color right here, and then there's synthetic brushes and it's like an ombre. It goes from like pink, purple to white, and I think it's so cute. So the reason why these are just so surprising and pretty to me is because their regular Real Technique brushes are just really like odd looking. I've never owned any Real Technique brushes just because of how they look. I just don't really like, I know their brushes are really nice in quality, but just their handle was just not my type of, I just didn't really like it. I have a brush right here. It's not mine, it's my sister's. So this is how their typical Real Techniques brush would look like, and I honestly like don't like this type of handle. I just don't, it's just really not appealing to me. But when I saw these, I was like, I gotta have them because I do like Real Technique brushes. I just don't like how they look. So I was really glad that they actually came out with some really cute looking brushes. So here they are. So I guess this is a collection. It's called a Brush Crush, and I believe there's like 7 brushes. I have 6 right here. There's a small kabuki brush. It's really small, but I'm not really fond of really small brushes, so I didn't get that one. But I have the rest of the Brush Crush brush collection here with me. And it also says they're limited edition, so these won't be hanging around long. Okay, so basically I'm going to try to do a full face with all these brushes. They don't have a lot of eyeshadow brushes, so we're just gonna keep the eye look a little bit minimal with just the one brush that they have, but we're going to do a full face with the brushes they have. So this is, I think they have a, well yeah, let's start with the foundation brush. This is, like I said, 301, and let's take this out of the package. Wow, I really like the handle. It's really nice. It doesn't seem like any glitter is gonna fall off or anything. It's just really nice and sleek, and I really like the diamond look that it has. It's really pretty, and this is a synthetic brush. It's not extremely soft, but it is soft enough for it to be used on your face. Okay, so first I'm going to prime using the No Problem primer right here. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to use Fenty foundation. I did get shade match for this. I am at number 230 if you guys are wondering, and I've never tried this before, so this is going to be something new for me as well. Okay, so I have the foundation on my face. I'm going to zoom you guys in, and then we're going to blend it with the brush and see how it looks. Okay, so you guys are totally zoomed in, and we're going to start just buffing this into our skin. Well, my skin. Not bad at all. This foundation brush did a pretty good job. It doesn't seem to be streaky at all. So this is how the foundation looks using this brush right here. I think the brush did a good job at blending the foundation out. Like I said earlier, there's no streaks or anything like that, so I think the brush did a good job at just making sure the foundation got everywhere around my face. But I feel like I don't have enough coverage, so I'm just gonna go in again with another layer of foundation and just use the brush to just reblend everything out. So this is the finished face using this foundation brush, and I do really like this foundation brush. However, there are some things that I do want to say. So because this brush isn't as dense as some foundation brushes, it just doesn't seem like it will necessarily push the foundation to your skin and blend everything out completely. I did have to go into using my beauty sponge to just make sure that it goes into the small creases of my nose and my smile line, because I just think brushes in general don't do a very good job at making sure the foundation gets into all these small creases around your face. So I'm not saying this foundation brush is bad, I'm just saying that using a brush in general is just bad when you're doing foundation. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to conceal my face. And this concealer, if you guys are wondering, is by Etude House, and this is the Big Tip Concealer. Okay, so I'm done with concealer, and then instead of baking, I'm just going to powder up my whole face using the powder brush. This is number 300. Okay, so this is the powder brush. It is big and fluffy. I really like the texture. It's very nice. It's absolutely good for powder, but let's put this powder brush to the test and actually use it in action. One thing I do want to mention, this is so cute. You guys see the ombre? It's a very pretty ombre. I love the look of these Real Technique brushes. Okay, and for powder, I'm using Physician Formula's Super CC Face Powder, and let's just use this and see how it's gonna work. So it's picking up the powder very well. I'm impressed. And then let's just blend this into the face. The bristles are definitely sparse. It's not as dense. But it's actually a very nice powder brush, because powder brushes aren't supposed to be dense anyways, so it's very nice and soft, and I feel like it just glides very easy around the face. It's very nice. Very, very nice. I really like this. And because I'm not baking, I want to make sure I'm powdering very well, just so everything stays in place and it doesn't transfer anywhere. Alright guys, so we are back with filled eyebrows, and I actually do want to mention something. So I have the brushes laying on my countertop, and as I was doing my eyebrows, I noticed that these brushes, like the handles, are different colors. So the powder brush is, what is it? You know, the foundation brush is more of a purple, and the so the foundation brush is more of a purple, and the powder brush is more of a rose gold color. So I don't know if they were meant to be different colors, but yeah, I just noticed that and just wanted to let you guys know as well. So moving on, because we are done with eyebrows, and I usually go to eyeshadow next. We're going to do eyeshadow, and this is their eyeshadow brush. It's a very nice fluffy brush. So this is what it looks like. It's nice and small, and the handle seems purple as well. This seems like a very nice small crease brush. So let's see how that works. So this fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm not so sure how I feel about it. It was very hard to use for my specific eye shape. Everyone have a different size eyelid and eye shape, and I feel like just this brush just didn't really work for me. Because I would consider this like a medium-sized fluffy brush, and I don't usually have or need a medium-sized fluffy brush, because I use two different type of fluffy brushes. A big one for the transition color, which is like the overall eyelid color, and also a smaller one for the outer crease, and I'll show you guys what I have compared to this one right here. So this is the size of fluffy brush that I normally use for my eyeshadow, and in comparison to the Real Techniques brush, as you guys can see, this one is totally smaller than the one I usually use. That's why I said that the Real Techniques one is a medium-sized brush. Now for a smaller brush for the eyeshadow, I tend to use a brush that is this small, and look in comparison to the Real Techniques one. So it's definitely smaller. That's why I still consider this a medium-sized brush. And if you put them in comparison, they're all three different sizes of fluffy brushes. And just like I said, if you're looking for a medium-sized fluffy brush for the crease, then this one is a very good one. It was just very hard for me to use, just because like I said, my eye shape and my eyelid space is I don't necessarily need this. I would just normally use like this type of brush for the crease area if I need a detailed one. So this is just kind of like a weird shape for my eyeshadow. But if you're looking, like I said, for a medium size, then this one is a good one. It's very soft, it's fluffy. I really like this one. This is a small traveling brush by Beige Cosmetics, and I love how it's really fluffy, but the shape is kind of like that, where it's not really narrowed. And this one I feel like it's quite narrow. I wish it was just a little bit more wider, because it'll be a very nice brush to blend out. So this one, it's more, I would say, more of a detailed crease brush, just because it's, like I said, it's just more narrowed compared to if it was wider. It'll be a very nice brush and it'll blend eyeshadow out easier, but because it is narrow, it's just very nice for a detailed crease. Okay guys, so I have 3 brushes left. We have the contour brush, the fan brush, and the blush brush. So we're going to contour, and I'm going to take this brush and take my Anastasia contour powder kits, and I'm just going to dip this and then contour with this. Let's see how this works. This is more of like a defined contour brush, and usually I like to use like a brush similar to like a blush brush to contour, but we'll see how this works. Wow, you guys, I really like this brush. It's very soft on the skin. I honestly thought, because you know there are some contour brushes like these where it feels like you're just kind of wiping your foundation away because it's kind of stiff. This is actually really soft. It glides on really easy on the cheeks, so it makes it seems like it's a blush brush, but it's not. And it picks up powder really easily too, so that's a good thing. And I'm also going to contour my forehead with this brush. And I'm also going to try to contour my nose with this brush. I know it's a bit big, but let's see how it works. Alright guys, so we're done with contour, and this is how it looks like on the face. And you guys, this brush is amazing. This is actually, I think, one of the best contour brushes that I even have in like right now, because it's really soft. It glides on really easy. With these type of brushes, like I said earlier, it just seems really stiff and it just feels like it won't glide on easily on your skin, but this glides on so nice. It's very soft on the skin. It takes up, like, it picks up powder very well, so it's a very nice brush. Okay, so moving on, last but not least, we have this blush brush right here. This is quite small. I mean, honestly, I can use this as a highlighter brush as well, but we're just going to use it as a blush for today. So for blush, I'm taking my I was gonna say Forever. I'm going to take my Flower powder blush here. This is TT1, and this is my favorite blush. It's very pigmented and it's a very nice color. It kind of comes in like a mineral powder like this, but it's not. It's for a blush. Okay, so this blush is a little bit flat. With blush brushes, I tend to use round brushes, but with this one is, you know, like I said, flat. So we'll see how this works. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more blush, and let's apply this on. I honestly don't know how it works as a blush brush. I mean, I see color, it just doesn't seem like this. I'm just not used to just like patting on my blush. I like to swirl my blush. This is the brush that I tend to use for my blush. So when I do brush, I like to pat it on, like literally like directly on top, and I like to swirl my blush on like this. So that's how I normally apply on my blush, but with this it is flat, so I just have to lightly pat. This is nice if you're using a really intense blush and if you want to be more detailed with where your blush is. This is the brush to use that for, but I just really like to swirl my blush around and just do this with this. So I think I'm going to try and highlight with this brush. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to try to highlight with this brush, and let's see how that works. So like I mentioned, I'm going to use the blush brush to highlight, but also because there is a fan brush, I'm going to use the fan brush to highlight as well. So I'm going to try these two brushes to highlight today. And for highlighting today, I'm going to use the Sugar Glow Kit by Anastasia. And I'm going to take Marshmallow, and we're going to try with the blush brush first. Wow, it's actually really intense. This is not a bad highlighting brush at all, actually. Let me zoom you guys in. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but this picked up the highlighter very well. I do very like this for highlighting. Okay, now we're gonna try highlighting with the fan brush right here. I used to highlight with the fan brush, but I just felt like fan brushes don't really pick up highlighter well. But we're just gonna try and see if this works. So I'm taking marshmallow again, and we're just going to apply this to the cheeks. Not bad. If you want a really subtle highlighting look, this will be a very good brush to use. Just fan brushes in general is very good if you just want if you don't want an intense highlighter. I'm gonna go back to the contour palette and just contour my little parts right here. I don't even know what it's called. It's not Cupid's bow, but just that little part in between the nose and the lips and just under my cheek. Well, my chin. I was gonna say cheeks. And then last, what I like to do is I just like to take a big fluffy powder brush like this and just kind of buff everything out just so I don't have a very harsh highlighter and blush as well. So it just kind of blends everything around my face. Okay guys, so this is the finished look using all of these Real Techniques brushes. I honestly feel like these brushes are very good. They're good for a very good investment. They're really good prices as well. If there's one that I would say I'm not really impressed with, I would just say this brush. I'm not saying that it's a bad quality brush, but because these don't come in a bundle, these come individually, and I bought them individually. And if there's a brush that I wouldn't buy again, or if I could go back and not buy it, it would just be this brush right here. Just I feel like I really have no use for it because, like I mentioned before in the video, this just doesn't seem like the right type of crease brush for my type of eye. And other than that, I still really like this brush because it's really good quality. All these brushes are amazing. The one I absolutely love the most is the contour brush, just because it's really soft on the face. It's really smooth. It blends the contour out very nice and very easy. So I really like that. I do want to mention that these brushes are different colors. So the foundation brush, the blush brush, and the eyeshadow brush, they're all purple on the handle, and then these three, which is the powder brush, the fan brush, and the contour brush, they are like pink on the handle. So all of these are different colors. So I don't know why they would do that, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I just want to let you guys know that they are not the same color. And this is basically the end of my review. If there's any questions or anything, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer them based on my experience on these brushes right here. I would recommend them if you guys are interested in trying Real Technique brushes. Like I said before, I've never used Real Techniques brushes before. I've only used that one I showed earlier in the video. But other than that, I don't have any Real Technique brushes. These are my first set. So I would say they're very good brushes. So if you're interested and if you're just a fan of Real Techniques brushes, then I would say go for these because these are limited edition and I don't know how long they're going to last. And without making this video too long, I'm just going to end the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to hit the like button down below. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.